Hey, welcome to the Closing Beat, everybody. Happy Monday. How you doing out there? Hope you had a great weekend and you're ready to get started here today. This is the Closing Beat. It's our stock market update show that we do to cover the stock market, teach you what's going on, hopefully share something new with you that maybe you're not familiar with or haven't learned in the past. We are financial advisors here. We do things a little different. No suit and tie, no craziness like that. We just like to keep it simple, teach you how things work along the way, help you understand how the markets work. And of course, we manage our own funds, so we do things a little bit differently here, right? We're able to help and teach about investments rather than just sell you mutual funds like so other many advisors do. Hey, quick shout out. Terry sent us a message today saying, congrats, Dustin. You've hit your 1,500th video and 85,000 subscribers. So I say thanks to you guys, right? It's nothing we did. We're just helping you guys out. You've chosen to support us. I really appreciate that. I guess next stop, 90,000? I don't know. We're not stopping, so we'll keep going there. But 1,500 videos, it sounds like a lot. It feels like a lot, right? Shows like a lot if you look at the hair there. But anyways, let's get started here. Stock markets today, a little bit of month-end sort of noise, really. It's the last day of the month, August 31st. It was actually a record month in many ways. The stock market typically doesn't do so well in August, typically flat, and actually had a really good gain. So very interesting. We're going to cover that in the research site with you guys as well, those of you that are research members. But also August had the most number of up days than any other August out there, right? You look back as far as you want, August has never performed this well in terms of the number of days that were positive. Well, and also it's one of the best in terms of overall gains as well. The Dow was a little bit lower today. That's going to be your Apple and Dow split, adjusting new stocks and everything added there. We'll cover that as well. But no show on Friday. So we're going to take the day off, and I think it's a long weekend as well. Monday is Labor Day, so the stock markets are closed. I'll let you guys know later in the week there. So there you go. Pretty interesting. Let's look at the S&P 500. Down just a little bit. I'll go over to the charts here. We'll take a peek and see what we've got going on. S&P 500 is already loaded. We were basically floating around positive most of the day, then right smack at the end of the day, if I go to a 5-minute chart or something, look at that, right before the end of the day, just got beaten down into the close there. Second round of pretty aggressive selling that you saw throughout the day, and that helped us close just slightly lower on the day. Slightly lower there. Still up over about 9% over the first 8 months of 2020 there. And look, it's going to be today anyways. It's going to be your Amazon. Amazon had a good day, up 1.5%, 84% year to date, right, for Amazon. Nvidia, great day, almost up 2% on the day, up 123% on the day there. So those two were your biggest contributors in the S&P 500. Just good, right? You can't argue with those, doing really well. The Dow was down just a little bit today, and wow, what a difference. We got a video coming out on Wednesday. I'm going to share a little bit of that with you here today because the Dow all of a sudden wasn't moved by Apple, which used to be 12%. Now actually, let's just pop it up here. See if I can, yeah, there we go. On Wednesday, I'm going to share this with you here, this spreadsheet. I'll go over it a little bit more on Wednesday, but here's what we got. Apple was 12% weighting in the Dow. Now it's 2.8%. It's all the way down here. So it went from first place to about halfway down the list. Also, you got Raytheon being kicked out. Notice it's a low-price stock. ExxonMobil, low-price stock. Pfizer, low-price stock. What's happening? We got those replaced today with higher price stocks there in the Dow. Pretty interesting there. And most of these names were down on the day or flat. Honeywell was down on the day. And so with a bigger weighting, all of a sudden the Dow's got a new personality. You got to recognize that when you look at these names now. Now we have to include Honeywell and say, oh my gosh, pulled back about 1.5% on the day today. That's going to kind of weigh on the Dow rather than us just saying, well, Apple was down, so the Dow was down. You got a whole new set of new stocks to play with there. Salesforce.com did squeak out a slight gain. Most of the day it was down on the day. It just had an amazing run, up 30% just last week, so you can't blame that for taking a little bit of a break. But nonetheless, that's what you have. You got a little weakness in the Dow today thanks to a little shifting going on and the split in Apple. If you happen to look at Apple, you're now going to notice, hopefully your platform is updated. Price of the stock, $129 now. So split adjusted price should be showing on your platform. Had a good day. I mean, it was off to a great start after the split there. So no arguments there. If we move on over to the NASDAQ, slight gain on the day. What else is new? All right, you got your tech stocks leading the way. Your Amazon was also going to lead the way on the day. Nvidia, things like that. Semiconductors did well as a whole. So some of those in the NASDAQ looking pretty good. As far as our FinTips videos this week, we got a handful of different videos coming out. We'll talk about the Apple Dow effect and the split with that spreadsheet and some other interesting data there to show you as well. And on Wednesday, we're going to talk about the September performance in the stock market. Really cool. We're doing the geeky stuff this week. So if you like our FinTips videos, check those out. Wednesday will be the September geeky performance of average, how do things go. We're actually going to break it down by day through the month of September. So if you want to see what to expect in September, which I promise you it's interesting, it's not some sort of surprise, check it out. Hope you enjoy that. Let's go over to the sector breakdown for the day and see what's going on over here. I thought it was interesting. Healthcare broke out. More convincingly broke out today, up 0.25% today. UNH was one of your leaders there. UNH did retrace by the end of the day, but nicely off the 50-day moving average. It's one we've been focused on for the last couple days. It was your biggest contributor when it was positive for the day. I thought Eli Lilly was interesting, starting to wake up around the 200-day moving average here. I don't know that you found a bottom or anything, but I noticed you got a little bit more strength in there. The volume's starting to pick up. People like this discount. They're saying it's willing to nibble on a position maybe. So that's what you got there. Healthcare now, up 8% year to date and continuing to make that better. Real strong here. Any virus-related news could certainly help that out going forward. Energy, weak on the day, trying to make a new low, it looks like. 2% lower on the day. It was the weakest out of the group. It's down almost 40% year to date. Basically every stock in the sector was down today. ExxonMobil included in the mix there after getting booted from the Dow, down about 2%. Chevron still in the Dow. That was weak, 2% lower on the day. This sector continues to be the worst performer so far. I mean, it's just down 40%. That's a tough one there. Energy stocks continue to be weak. Industrials down 1.25 on the day. Look, it was up 8% over the last 1 month, right? So you can see it. Over the last month, it's had a great run. It's just taking a little bit of a break there. Not too bad. UPS did decide to buck the trend just a little bit. You got a really extended breakout here. I don't know that this is exciting or something you want to chase, but it is... yikes, right? It's nice and extended. So that's a tough one there. I thought I'd point out Old Dominion freight lines as well, hitting new highs, looking nice and strong. Did pull back a little from its highs today, but still nice and strong. A beast, just overall a beast. Looking at retail, this is not a sector, but retail did pull back today. I use the XRT if you want to participate or take a look. Also in the top left, you should be able to see the ticker symbol if you want to see what we're looking at. You got a pullback of 1.5% on the day. It's been performing better than the markets all year long, actually. Still up 13% year to date. Today it pulled back a little bit because of overstock. Overstock is one of those that we talked about getting extended too far, too fast. This was your culprit today. It's about 5% of the ETF, so when that one falls, it's gonna weigh on it. Overstock lost about 10%. It lost about 10% just today, so that's rather interesting there. And if we take a look, this is one that I've showed on a couple different occurrences with different stocks. Here is Overstock.com relative to its 50-day moving average. The higher you see this, the further away it is from its 50-day moving average. And look what happened. Furthest that it's ever been. You got to pay attention to this sort of thing here. You have an area that it likes to get to and then pull back. It's almost perfect, right? Gets to that area, it's fine. This time it got a little extended, way too extended. It's since pulled back. Overstock.com. Look, the Apple looks the same. You got to recognize this stuff when stocks are beyond what they like to be at. Transport's also pulling back on the day. It's not really a sector, but it's on our list there, so I like to talk about it. That lost 1.15% on the day. It's going to be your airline stocks. Airlines, Delta pulled back 3.5%. American pulled back almost 4% on the day. Just weakness across the board there. Airlines are really, really fighting to try to get your business right now. Got a bit of a price war game going on there with changing the eliminating change fees and all that great stuff. JetBlue was even down on the day. And that's your sector breakdown for the day. We'll go over to the notable new highs of the day. You see the list there. I'll go through them with you. You got Moody's. I thought this was kind of interesting. Made new 52-week highs. Yeah, it pulled back a little bit, but everything did right at the end of the day. Hinting at maybe basing here and giving you a new reason for a breakout. I don't know if it's today, tomorrow, whatever happens there. I thought that was interesting. Fastenal, a nice little tight pattern here, waiting to make the next move higher. It made new highs today. Volume was higher than like the last 5 or 6. Well, you can see it down here. Higher than like the last 5 or 6 days in general, but wasn't amazing. Not just something that maybe, a secondary watch list kind of thing. Agilent, this one's looking strong. We've been talking about this the last couple days since it gapped down and reversed everything from that gap down. That was your clue. If you're a technical trader, you like that. I pointed it out on the show when it happened. So it's one of those things there. You got to recognize when weakness is only temporary and strength is upon you. Broadcom moving to new highs as well. This is just that breakout from those highs. Continues to look strong. Obviously, these semis are doing well. Everything in the space is doing well. It's a hard sector to argue with. And UPS, we already talked about. Extended breakout. It's notable. I don't know that it's something you want to get excited about, but that is what you have there. 32 new 52-week highs. No lows. It's been forever since I've been able to report new 52-week lows. There's a few that are close, but all in all, that's basically it. So it's what you have. Let's go over to our watch list here for the day on the old closing beat and see what we've got. We're looking at something interesting today. You like the Golden Cross, do you? You know what the Golden Cross is? It's a technical pattern. There's up for debate whether it's something that people like as far as how it performs afterwards there. But as far as the Golden Cross, all it really means is the 50-day moving average is about to cross back above the 200-day moving average. Some technical traders apply some sort of timeline to it where it has to be at least 3 months and then crossing back above. It's up to you. I just want to point out the patterns as they're coming up to you. Got a few interesting names that you may want to take a look at. So we'll go over and take a look. LKQ is the first one here. LKQ. Here's the 50-day. Now, on every chart I show you, the blue line is going to be the 50-day. The red line is going to be the 200-day. 50-day is coming back up above the 200-day after last month's move. It gained over 20% in the last month, and that's obviously helping nudge this thing a little bit higher. So maybe something interesting going forward that you think gets a little strength. Maybe if it pulls back, you're interested in buying that sort of thing. Typically, 50-day crossing above the 200-day is an indication of future strength to come, and that's one way to spot it. We go over to Xylem. You can see the same thing. Although today was weak, it's pulled back. You like that, right? Over the last month, it's up 10%. The 50 days catching up here. The stock may be pulling back. That could help you out there. Kind of got a stair-stepping pattern here where it wakes up, then takes a break, then wakes up and takes a break. Maybe something you might be interested in looking at. Got a couple of the waste services companies in there as well. 50-day, about to cross over the 200-day there. This was super strong prior to the COVID virus. I mean, you look back and you just see how, we were talking about it like every day. It was a beast. It was just moving along there. The virus shook everything up overall. It's less than 8% from hitting a new 52-week high. If it pulls back, could be one that you see technical traders say, oh, no, you don't. That 50 days catching up. They like the idea of buying those sort of things. I put waste management in there. It's not as strong, but in a very similar position there. Still notable. You got about 10% move to get back to the new highs there. I just thought while we're looking at Republic Services, let's look at waste management. Oh, it's about the same thing there. Maybe something to go on a watch list. You got extra storage space overall there. It's one of the stronger REITs overall, especially recently here. It's been one of the stronger REITs, up 8% just over the last quarter. The only one that kind of beats it there is Public Storage. Public Storage over the last 1 month has done better. But I just thought, if you're looking for the Golden Cross type play, there you go. Yeah, kind of interesting. It hinted at it back over here, but the virus took over and pulled us lower. This one's been waking up and one of the more stronger names in the REIT space if you like that sort of thing. You got Verizon also doing the same. It's a little bit slower stock here. Obviously, it's had a great move in the recent 2-3 months-ish. Possible Golden Cross setting up there, but also pays about a 4% dividend, a little over that. So if that helps you, something you want to hold on to while you wait, you're getting 4% for playing along there. So, and lastly, we'll do Yum Brands. Yeah, Yum Brands is on our list there. Same concept. Got the idea of a strong mover over the last month, which is pulling the 50-day moving average higher. Could it be coming out of its sideways funk there? So you got a series of equal highs. It's really struggling, but every time it sells off, it's making higher and higher lows. So you're seeing less and less selling pressure, but you're still having that sort of pressure cooker of a ceiling. You can't get over that there. I don't know if this is breaking out or not. I just thought, hey, if you like that technical pattern, you like the 50-day crossing above, maybe it's one to take a look at. And that, therefore, is your watch list today focused on the Golden Cross. So maybe we taught something new there for you. If we did, subscribe button, thumbs up button, all that happy stuff, and appreciate it. That's it. All right, let's take a look at, lastly, stocks in the news here. All right, stocks in the news. We're going to do Berkshire Hathaway. We'll use B-class shares there. Kind of a flat day overall, but old Warren Buffett has started to position somewhat larger positions in some Japanese trading companies that made news overnight and helped the Japanese markets move a little bit higher. That's really where all the action was, but that stock was in the news today. Thought that was notable to point out there. You got Gilead Sciences. The FDA has expanded emergency use authorization for COVID treatment. That's your bounce off lows for Gilead. Very nice little pullback. Volatility has come down. Remember how over here, wild as can be. Over here, a little bit calmer. People are saying, all right, in the 60s, I like that. You got a good bounce today, 2.2% for that stock, and that's what you have. GameStop. You think the stock is done. They're gone, right? 24% gain on the day there. GameStop gets interest from a private equity company, RC Ventures, I think it was. And so it was about a 10% stake they took in the company there, if I'm looking there. And then so what happens is the news comes out of that, of a new position, about 10%. Then you get a list of all the other bigger companies that own them, like Scion owns 4.2%. There's a whole list of them there. But yeah, you got a recipe for a 24% pop. Might I suggest it's a little bit of short covering? I don't know, but it makes you think that that's got to be the case. And then McDonald's there. McDonald's, it was in Barron's over the weekend there. They said that the company has actually benefited from the virus, and they think that that's going to help them going forward. They were not hit as bad, and investors haven't priced that all quite in there yet. I don't know if they haven't priced it all in there, but they are very positive on them. Pinterest canceling their leases, paying like $90 million to get out of some leases as their employees are working from home, and I guess they're going to keep it that way. So that stock was higher today. Why? They just spend all this money to break a lease. It's figured to have been cheaper in the long run to break the lease and more beneficial for the company's bottom line. That's what investors are looking at there. So there you go. And then what was the other one? Zoom. Yeah, Zoom was up like 8%. Yeah, up 8% on the day. They reported earnings. Let's have a look-see, because that probably just came out. Stock's up 12% after hours here. Yeah, they did good. Revenue, 3, 4 times better than expected. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, Zoom did really good. So the stock is actually 366-ish. That's all the way up here, up 12%. It's going to start way higher tomorrow. For Zoom. Good job there if you own it or if you happen to work for them or something. Good job. Earnings is mostly done. We don't really have earnings season anymore, but we've got H&R Block to report earnings. 36 cents a share tomorrow. We'll see what happens there. That's after hours, so we'll cover that. You got a lot of changes in the S&P 400 and 600, and we don't have to go through all of those. I'll take your questions if you happen to have any. We'll see what we can do there if I'm able to do that. We'll see. I like it. You guys arguing about Tesla there. He's had a good day, right? Get the split there. It is super extended. Super extended. If you're buying it, just know that you're paying about top dollar for the stock there. And you're paying more than the average. You're paying more than any recent average. You are overpaying. Not saying that's a bad thing. Just know going into it, if you buy it and it falls, you overpaid, and you overpaid to participate. Yep. Hey, I haven't looked at NEO. Let's actually see what happened there. So pulled back a little bit there this morning, but really quickly recovered. People buying the dips like right away. Take a look at that. So you got NEO gapping lower after amazing week. I mean, it was a great week last week, but gapping lower, recovering all of it, finishing up 3% on the day, basically. Wow. Very, very nice. Oh, yeah. Big drop in the last 5 minutes, profit taking. It's hard to say what the reason was for that drop, but yes, all across the board there. It happened earlier in the day as well, recovered from all of that. It just happened too late in the day. It just wasn't enough time to recover from that, but aggressive selling, aggressive volume in the background, a little hard to see, but yeah, you got some pressure there to the downside right towards the end of the close there, selling into the close. Could be month-end sort of adjustments and things people were making on the close. Could have been a lot of sell orders there to wrap up the month. You don't know, tough to say there. Yep. Is GE oversold? You would argue in like the midterm, yeah, it's an oversold stock trying to recover. Good volume today, but it's a tough one to buy. Yep. Do you like Skyworks? The stock's trending higher. It's been fighting off most pullbacks here. It barely budged. Oh, no, I'm sorry. There you go. I got to go back over here. Today was good, but you got the same comments, right? It's strong. It's fighting the trend there. Little weak days where the market has weak days, you're seeing more strength in this stock there. So for now, there's no reason to say that there's any weakness that we can see, I love it. Yep. We didn't really, I mean, not much to cover on Salesforce today. The adjustment we covered, the Dow changes and everything we covered. Also did it in the FinTips video today, but not much other than that. It's a 0.5% day. It was basically a flat day for Salesforce, so not too much to cover there. Are you going to rent Mulan? I just saw like a brief thing on that. I didn't read the whole thing, but I guess there's some issues there. Next thing to talk about. Yeah. I don't know. Overstock, is that a buy? You like buying the discounts there? Well, at least you could argue you're not overpaying for it, like a Tesla or something. Here's what I do on those, or what I like to do. Wait for them to settle down, right? You don't know if this is the bottom, or tomorrow, or whatever, or the next day, or how much further it falls. Let it fall first. What will happen is this will fall, it'll try to bounce, and then it'll settle in. It happens to all stocks that pull back like that. That are overextended. So let it settle in for a little bit. I don't think you have to try to guess the bottom. You could certainly say, I'm going to pick a range, and this is my range to sort of build a little position into it. I don't have a problem with that, but typically you want to let those settle down, let the volume get back towards a normal area. It was like 6 times average volume today. Let it settle in a little bit. I don't think there's any reason to have to rush into it. Oh, yeah. Why were many trade platforms down this morning? I don't know of any. I don't know of any. Couldn't tell you. What? Oh, Robinhood was down? Well, yeah, I mean, they've had some issues this year. It's not a good 2020 for them either. You know? Wow. Yeah, I don't know of any other reports of anybody else being down, but it happens. I mean, technology. Yeah. Dollar Tree was watching its drop, like he said. Dollar Tree, there you go. Continues to pull back there. It was a above average move there for earnings. Continues to pull back right around the 50-day, hanging in there. Maybe let that one settle in a little bit, back and forth for a few days. Bounce off the $100 number, wiggle around there, and then see if we can get excited about it. I know TD had some problems last week or the week before, some real problems. I know that. I didn't see any problems today. Didn't hear about Schwab, but Robinhood always crashes. Everybody's sitting at home trading, man. They didn't expect you guys to be sitting there trading. Hey, anyways, I'll wrap it up there. I do appreciate you hanging out with us here today, and thanks for everybody that's helped us get to 85,000 subscribers and 1,500 videos. That's too many videos, but I appreciate all the support. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll do this all over again, and adios.